Self-blaming is a common habit that can negatively impact your mental health and self-esteem. Here are some tips on how to stop self-blaming. Recognizing the habit of self-blaming is an important step in breaking the cycle of negative self-talk. It can be easy to fall into the habit of blaming ourselves when things don't go as planned or when we make mistakes. However, constantly blaming ourselves can damage our self-esteem and lead to feelings of guilt and shame. By becoming aware of our negative self-talk and the impact it has on our thoughts and emotions, we can begin to challenge those thoughts and shift our perspective. Recognizing the habit of self-blame requires mindfulness and self-awareness, and it can take time and practice to break the cycle. But with patience and perseverance, we can learn to be more self-compassionate and kind to ourselves, even in difficult situations. Challenging negative thoughts is an important step in breaking the cycle of self-blame and negative self-talk. Negative thoughts can often be automatic and habitual, and they can have a powerful impact on our emotions and behavior. By challenging these thoughts, we can begin to see things from a different perspective and shift our focus towards more positive and constructive thinking. This can involve questioning the validity of negative thoughts and replacing them with more positive and realistic ones. For example, if we find ourselves thinking, "I always mess things up," we can challenge that thought by asking ourselves if that's really true and if there are any examples where we have succeeded. By doing so, we can start to build a more positive and self-affirming mindset that can help us navigate difficult situations with greater confidence and resilience. Practicing self-compassion is an important aspect of overcoming self-blame and negative self-talk. It involves treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, just as we would treat a good friend or loved one. When we are compassionate towards ourselves, we can acknowledge our mistakes and shortcomings without judgment or criticism. This can help us break the cycle of self-blame and move towards a more positive and constructive mindset. Self-compassion also involves recognizing that making mistakes is a natural and normal part of the learning process. By accepting our imperfections and flaws, we can cultivate greater self-awareness and self-acceptance, which can help us build greater resilience and confidence in the face of challenges. Ultimately, practicing self-compassion can help us build a more positive and fulfilling relationship with ourselves, which can benefit our overall well-being and happiness. Focusing on solutions is an important strategy for breaking the cycle of self-blame and negative self-talk. Instead of dwelling on the problem and blaming ourselves for mistakes, we can shift our focus towards finding solutions and taking action. This involves being proactive and seeking out ways to solve problems or overcome challenges. By focusing on solutions, we can develop a more positive and constructive mindset that can help us navigate difficult situations with greater confidence and resilience. This can also help us build a sense of empowerment and control over our lives, as we become more focused on taking action and creating positive change. Ultimately, by focusing on solutions, we can develop a more optimistic and growth-oriented mindset that can help us achieve our goals and live a more fulfilling life. In conclusion, self-blaming is a harmful habit that can negatively impact our mental health and self-esteem. However, by recognizing the habit, challenging negative thoughts, practicing self-compassion, focusing on solutions, and letting go of perfectionism, we can break the cycle of self-blame and cultivate a more positive and constructive mindset. These strategies take time and effort to implement, but with patience and perseverance, we can learn to be more kind and compassionate towards ourselves, even in difficult situations. By developing a more positive and empowering relationship with ourselves, we can achieve greater resilience and happiness in our lives.